Hi guys, it's Julie from cookedbyjulie.com, and today we're making creamy white chicken chili, and I promise you this is the best chili you'll ever eat. So let's get started. So for this recipe, we're not using any cornstarch or flour to thicken it up. So what we're going to do is blend 1 can of cannellini beans. I discarded the liquid that came in the can, but you may add it or even add about half a cup of chicken stock to this to loosen it up, but there is no need. Later on you'll see. So go ahead and blend the beans in a food processor and set it aside. Go ahead and add some oil to your soup pot and cook the onions for 3 to 4 minutes or until they're nice and translucent. We're then going to add the dried spices, which include oregano, granulated garlic, cumin, and chili, as well as the fresh garlic. And then we'll cook that for an additional 20 seconds or so. Keep in mind that this is a white chicken chili, and adding too much chili or paprika will give it color, and we don't really want that. So I did not add paprika to this, but I did add very little chili because this is chili, right? All right, so I did add additional oil because the spices soaked it all in, and then I added the garlic, which I added a lot. It did not overpower anything. This recipe is one of my all-time favorites, and you guys are going to love this chili. I'm not exaggerating. You guys have to try it. Please try this recipe because it's so good and it's so easy. So now you want to go ahead and add the chicken stock. And then you want to add the chicken breast. So make sure you take out the chicken from the fridge about 30 minutes before cooking. You never want to cook cold chicken, so keep that in mind. I cooked the chicken for about 20 minutes covered, and then I removed it from the pot and set it aside. You want to cook the chicken over medium-high heat. And to get this complete recipe along with more detail, go on over to my website, cookedbyjulie.com. And make sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm always on Instagram, so if you have any recipe questions, feel free to comment or direct message me there. I went ahead and added the cannellini beans that we blended earlier, along with 2 cans of diced green chilies with the juices and all. Don't drain those. 1 can of cannellini beans, some fresh lime juice, corn, and softened cream cheese. The cream cheese and the blended cannellini beans is what's going to help this chili get super creamy, luscious, and just come together. Make sure you season this generously with salt. If you don't add enough salt, it will be bland, so make sure to use a good amount of salt. So I sliced the cream cheese into cubes so it melts faster, and make sure to cook this over high heat while stirring occasionally. While that cooks, go ahead and shred the chicken. You may dice it, but I prefer to shred it. So about 20 to 25 minutes. This is what the chili looked like. Make sure you continuously stir, check for seasoning, add more salt if it needs it. And then I like to take a ladle and discard any excess oil and tiny pieces of cream cheese that didn't melt. That's optional, but I like to remove it. I don't feel like it adds anything, and it just makes it look kind of ugly. So yeah, I just discard it. You then want to add the cooked chicken, and I also added some Kobe Jack cheese. Cook this for an additional 5 or 10 minutes or until it thickens to your liking, and believe me, this will thicken. The longer you cook it, the thicker it will get. Give everything a good mix. Again, check for seasoning. And this shall be the best chili you ever have. It's super creamy and it's so good. And if you want to make this low carb, you can omit the corn and the beans, but I highly recommend trying the recipe as is. I also highly recommend serving this with fresh lime and cilantro. It makes a huge difference. And I should also mention that this makes the best leftovers ever. You may also serve this with fresh avocado and tortilla strips. You can do sour cream, but this is already super rich and creamy. It does not need it. I would never serve this with sour cream. I think it's so creamy already, but again, serve this however you'd like. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make this recipe. Let me know if you do. Take some pictures, tag me, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching.